Good morning. This is the Great Basin Fire Potential Briefing for Thursday, September 15th. Looking at the impact map for today, we continue with a wide swath of showers, and in this solid area, just pretty much rain more than 50% of the time. Cloudy gray skies, high humidity throughout the Great Basin. That moisture starts exiting very slowly to the east tomorrow. Still lingering on Saturday. We do have some drier air in the far west, also some increasing winds of 30 to 40 miles per hour, but it is ahead of the next storm system, which promises to bring more wet weather to the Great Basin by the end of the weekend into early next week. Do you have some smoke issues? These are mostly from the fires in the California portion of the Sierra affecting the western Great Basin on the surface this afternoon and tomorrow. And again, vertically integrated smoke showing that fire activity pushing through and affecting the western portion of the Great Basin. Again, so with one or two of the larger fires that are on the west slope of the Sierra. Lots of precipitation yesterday. It was accompanied by lightning. Lightning was definitely on the wet side, and some of these amounts here in the yellow are a half inch to 3/4 of an inch in just the past 24 hours. We did have one new start here in south central Idaho, and the finer fuels took up a few hundred acres. Higher humidity and showers did move into that region later on during the overnight hours. Otherwise, new fire starts in the red and initial attack fairly light. Recent fires in the yellow. Since the last 24 hours, precipitation in the past 7 days, you can see it here surging up across southern Nevada. That was part of that monsoon and remnants of Hurricane K. You could see the percent of normal much above normal, 300 to 600%. We see the purple shades. Still some drier pockets in western and northern areas, but a lot of this got hit in the last 24 hours. So this is really not representative of what has occurred, although it is representative of where fuels can still dry out the quickest or may not be fully moistened. And the big difference, this was observed 100-hour fuel moistures for today. We still see the area in gold here in the 6 to 10% range. But if we look at the forecast 100-hour fuels for today with additional showers and high humidity, you can see those values start to go up tremendously into the mid to upper teens. Still that dry pocket holding tough in the Sierra front. And we look at some of our ERCs, and in the Payette National Forest, after being up near record levels, it has dropped off to below mid-September normals. Similar story for the Salmon Chalice. A lot of these areas are where our current fires are occurring, and as well as the Ellsworth fire in the central Nevada mountains also taking a nosedive to well below normal. Good news for a lot of our large fires. Also good news for the entire geographic area. This area of subtropical moisture continues to get trapped here across most of the Great Basin, drying out across the southern third of the area, but they've already gotten their fair share of rain the last couple of days and the last couple of months. And this weak trough of low pressure, not moving too fast, will keep this moisture slowly in the area. So again, for this afternoon, the area in solid green, the best chance of steady rain, heavier thunderstorms in the afternoon, especially the darker green pockets. All PSAs will be under the influence of either precipitation or high humidity, so we've greened everybody out today. Very little chance of any new large fires. You see the humidity is extremely high, well above 25% in most areas, maybe hugging near 20% in the Sierra front. They had good humidity recoveries overnight. Not much on the wind front. This is where the additional precipitation will occur just in the next 24 hours. And those purple shades that you see scattered about are amounts anywhere from near half an inch to an inch and a half, and some heavier downpours. Otherwise, widespread low-end wetting rains of about 1/10 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch, where you see the lime green colors. Friday, this system starts moving up. There's still some lingering moisture through here, through central or eastern Nevada, western, northwestern Utah, eastern Utah. So in this area here, still some lingering moisture. We could see a brief 15-minute shower, maybe some heavier stuff in southern Idaho. Big storm system starting to gather strength off the British Columbia coast. We dry out a little bit across the Sierra front. You can see those humidities there getting down into the mid-teens, otherwise still 25% or higher, or in some cases much higher. Further eastwards, winds not a concern. More precipitation. This is late Thursday night through the day on Friday. So wetting things down even more for the second, third, or fourth consecutive day in many areas. Now, Saturday, things get interesting. Deep low, lots of moisture starting to push into the Pacific Northwest, into Northern California. There is a dry channel of air here coming in off the Central Sierra into southern Nevada, and strong winds. You see the tight packing of these height lines. So we have yellow here in the Sierra Front, northwestern Nevada. You can see those winds there, especially strong, 40, 50 mile an hour gusts possible. Strong winds further east also, but they'll have high humidity. Humidity in the upper teens. Again, with downsloping off the Sierra, we'll have to watch for the possibilities of a fast-moving start that could get caught up in those winds. Hopefully it doesn't happen, but have to stay vigilant on that front. You see the precipitation still lingering across central and eastern portions of the Great Basin, drying out across the western Great Basin. That's why we're concerned about the winds, but you can see the leading edge of that next wave of precipitation already into northern California and central Oregon starting to move in our direction. So there's the 3-day precipitation totals. Pretty good coverage. On Sunday, that low pressure system stalls off the northern California coast, pumping up lots of moisture to far western Nevada, much of western central Idaho, and points further north. And then that low just very slowly moves and keeps precipitation slowly moving across northern Nevada, western Idaho, and then it starts getting more wound up here on Tuesday. And then by Wednesday, it just sits with a blob of moisture over northern Nevada, just about all of Idaho, starting to move into parts of Wyoming. So this could be a really good final nail for a lot of our larger fires in Idaho with this very slow-moving moist system for the early to middle part of next week. We'll see if the models continue that trend. We're looking green, looking good through the 7-day period. Precipitation totals, these darker blues to lighter blues are a ½ inch to 1.5 inches of rain widespread over the central Idaho mountains, exactly what we need, continuing into western Wyoming as well. Lighter amounts further south, but they've already gotten their rain. The 8 to 14 day, after that wet weather, after 7-8 days of wet weather, we do get warmer than normal and drier than normal. Not sure if that'll be enough to bring things back up to critical levels. We'll wait and see, get closer to that period. That concludes our briefing. Have a great day.